Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Chainsaw Man Chapter 205. Like and subscribe for more content. Chainsaw Man 205 Fake Saw Man Identity Reveal is absolutely genius. In Chainsaw Man Chapter 205, the Fire Devil finally reveals the true identity of Fake Saw Man, a character who has remained one of CSM Part 2's greatest enigmas. One of the most unbelievable fan theories about Fake Saw Man's identity after his face reveal in Chainsaw Man Chapter 204 was that he was the boy Denji didn't save from the Cockroach Devil. And guess what? It's actually proven true. When Denji first sees the severed head of the boy in CSM 205, he doesn't recognize who he is, much to the Fire Devil's frustration. As the Fire Devil reveals, Denji had the chance to save this boy's twin brother long ago, but he chose to rescue a cat instead. This is a callback to Chainsaw Man Chapter 102, Save the Cat, when Denji rescued a cat at the climax of his fight with the Cockroach Devil. Perhaps even more important in CSM 102 was Ace's backstory, which showed the tragedy caused by her history of tripping and falling at the worst possible moments. In Ace's flashbacks, fans see her and her mother caught in the middle of an attack by the Typhoon Devil when she was younger. Seeing a cat on the ground, Asa tried to pick it up to rescue it, but tripped in the process. Asa's mother then gave her life to help Asa up and push her out of the way just before a car hit her. This man idolized you, and you betrayed him. He lived for revenge on you, and you can't even remember his face. The Fire Devil, this pivotal moment for Asa came when she made a selfless choice to save the cat, which unfortunately resulted in her mother's demise. However, Asa realized that her heart was in the right place, inspiring her to attempt to rescue Yuko from the Bat Devil. Later in CSM 102, Denji encountered a moral dilemma posed by the Cockroach Devil. The Cockroach Devil lifted a car carrying elderly people in one hand and a young student in the other, simultaneously dropping them both, forcing Denji to choose who to save. In a typical Denji move, he chose neither and instead reached a cat falling from a nearby building. This questionable act was well received by the public, as it suggested that Chainsaw Man was a caring devil who even saved cats, albeit at the cost of the world's end. Denji's questionable moral choices may have seemed foolish and endearing at the time, but he inevitably faced the consequences of his decisions, even if it was only at the hands of a single angry fan. In retrospect, this revelation also sheds light on Fake Saw Man's character. Despite rescuing Chainsaw Man multiple times in the name of justice, Fake Saw Man secretly harbored hope that he could have been mistaken about the person he most admired. At the same time, he harbored immense anger and disdain for Chainsaw Man, which could explain why his appearance gradually diverged from Chainsaw Man's by the time he confronted the Famine Devil. Another intriguing aspect of Fake Saw Man as the Fire Devil's most beloved contractee was his twin nature. The Fire Devil had already garnered numerous comparisons to Fujimoto's other renowned manga series, particularly Fire Punch, due to its striking appearance alone. Now, the reference to Agni from Fire Punch becomes even more evident, as Agni was himself driven by an unwavering love for his sister, leading to untold tragedy and catastrophe. Both Agni and Fake Saw Man, driven by the power of fire, sought revenge for the loss of their siblings. These Easter eggs are delightful for longtime fans of the series, offering valuable insights into the underlying themes of both series. Fire Punch delves into Agni's misery, highlighting his worship as a god despite his selfish actions. Similarly, Denji's journey takes a turn as the series progresses beyond the Chainsaw Man church arc, revealing Denji's true nature. Fujimoto's foresight in this revelation is exceptional, further solidifying the argument for Chainsaw Man Part 2's exceptional writing, which deserves more recognition than it currently receives. In Chainsaw Man, Denji faces a pivotal moment when he discovers Fake Saw's true identity in Chainsaw Man 205. Seeking clarification, Denji asks the Fire Devil, "You here to tell me to apologize?" The Fire Devil clarifies that its mission is not to compel Denji to apologize, but rather to warn him of an impending choice. Denji must make another decision, similar to the one he faced with Fake Saw Man's twin and the elderly people in the car. This time, he cannot afford to repeat the same mistake. The message is clear. Denji must choose between his devil girlfriend, Yoru, and saving the world. Denji, despite saving a random cat instead of human beings, still doesn't recognize the error of his ways. When Fire warns him not to repeat the same mistake, Denji innocently asks, "For real, what mistake?" Denji has never valued humans over other forms of life because Pachida, a devil, was his only friend when humanity shunned him. This purity in Denji, who values all life equally, is evident in his story, similar to Pachida's. Both were injured devils taken in by humans, forming a bond. However, while the twins convinced the Fire Devil to serve justice, Pachida gave Denji his power to seek a better life for his friend. After this, Denji faces another choice. The Fire Devil urges him not to make the same mistake. Despite Fake Saw and Fire's attempts to manipulate Denji with moral high ground, the hypocrisy of justice has been a recurring theme in this arc. Even though Denji mocked the trolley car problem in CSM 102, he at least tried to rescue the same people Fake Saw Man used to kill him. Chainsaw Man, through Denji, offers a sensible response to these moral dilemmas. It's about the intention behind a person's decision, not the decision itself. The ends don't justify the means, and vice versa. There's something more important between the means and the ends, and Denji, as a half-human, half-devil hybrid, occupies this middle ground. Fujimoto even employs irony in Chainsaw Man Chapter 205 when he has the Fire Devil tell Denji, "It is what it is. You're a devil, after all." In terms of unfortunate decisions, Denji has already made a choice that could lead to significant consequences in the future. Notably, Yoru's request for Denji to rescue her is reminiscent of Mikima's own request for Chainsaw Man to save her at the climax of Chainsaw Man Part 1. The implications of these requests are clear. One thing that sets Denji apart is his ability to avoid making predictable choices. While Denji may not be traditionally intelligent, he has accumulated a lifetime of experience that equips him to handle situations that others might not be able to see a way out of. Unlike the Fire Devil, who sees only two options, Denji has demonstrated that it is always possible to find a third option, even if it means sacrificing a cat instead of a human being. Chainsaw Man Chapter 205 sets up Denji's rematch with the Falling Devil. Immediately after Fire delivers its chilling premonition to Denji, an entire building is obliterated behind him, abruptly interrupting his sentence. Fujimoto effectively conveys the immense scale of this attack through a full-page spread, effectively breaking up the slow-paced conversation that permeates the rest of the chapter. This jarring moment serves as a stark reminder of reality, also hinting at the outcome of Yoru's significant battle against the Falling Devil. Yoru, a character beloved yet detested by fans, continues to captivate with her presence, even in her brief appearance at the end of Chainsaw Man Chapter 205. When Yoru initially embarked on her quest to confront the Falling Devil in the preceding chapter, her confidence suggested that she had truly ascended to a level of power capable of defeating even a primal devil like Falling. However, her fate took a tragic turn when she was left in the rubble of Falling's devastating attack, utterly defeated. Yoru's initial confidence makes her desperate plea for Denji's assistance in Chapter 205 all the funnier. Yoru's relationship with Denji is a source of both humor and conflict that continues to enrich the series. Chainsaw Man Chapter 205, titled Who? delivers another significant revelation in this climactic moment of the manga's already illustrious history. While Fujimoto's art style remains relatively straightforward, the narrative continues to soar to new heights as Denji confronts his past actions. As Denji is once again confronted by the falling devil at the chapter's conclusion, it becomes evident that he will face another pivotal decision that could unleash further terror upon humanity. While the choice between war and death may not be the most ideal, both Asa and Denji recognize that there is always the possibility of a third option, as long as their hearts are in the right place. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.